Hi everyone!
Welcome back to our channel, and if you're new here, my name is Brandon.
And my name is Heidi, and we're here with a new video for you.
Don't know exactly what's going to be in this video, but we know right now what we're going to show, but this is kind of like a fluid video. Things will come up and happen. But first, we're going to open up our save the dates, because we ordered them from Staples. We also ordered some envelopes from Amazon, and we'll touch on all that stuff and kind of let you know how much those were, because maybe you're kind of curious. We're trying to like ball on a budget, and the Staples I think worked really well for us. So Heidi kind of like designed these and kind of looked into this whole process.
Yeah, so these are from Staples, at least in Canada. There's like a Staples print center.
Yeah.
So I was looking at a few different options, and this option ended up being fairly cheap for us because when we signed up for an account, they ended up sending us a $20 off coupon, and there wasn't like a minimum spending. You could spend $20 and have $20 off if you wanted, which was really good. So we ended up going with the like postcard size. You design it like via Canva on Staples website, but we have Canva as well and use it pretty regularly for YouTube. So we just kind of like imported our file there. You can kind of adjust all the sizes that you want. We went with like the matted option.
Yep.
And it came up to $34.99 plus tax, but then we took away the $20 off, so it was about $19.19.
Yeah. To ship it to the store, which was covered, but we got 100 of them. How many was like, it was like what?
It was either 50
and then all the way up to
or
100 and then 250. It was like
they were
wide
like
range.
Pretty wide ranges, but we just went with 100. That should cover it. So let's open them up. I'm pretty nervous to see them. I just hope that they're okay.
It's gonna be great. I'm manifesting greatness.
Well, hopefully it just prints, because I know sometimes like the actual that
it like
size
translated nicely to print. Yeah.
Okay, this is the back. Should we just flip it over?
Sure.
Oh, you can't see it. Okay. There's like a cover on the front.
I think this is so fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them. And I feel like this is like a big step.
A big thing. It is, because then it's like, hey, everyone, this is happening. They look so good.
Cute. Okay, so cute. I love that.
I love it. And again, we can put a little picture maybe, because we're not going to obviously share like the date and the location all together, but we can stick our little picture again of like
what it looked like without the date and location on it. I really like it, actually.
I like it a lot. Can I feel like the material? It's like, again, this kind of size we can show there, but it's
like 4 by 6 inches, just like a postcard.
It's perfect.
We just did like one side. For the invitation, we might do double-sided because I'll have a little bit more info. But I think this will be perfect for people to like put on their fridge.
It's great, which is, again, this is kind of what a save the date is, right? It's to stick it on the fridge and hope that you remember. I think it looks really good. I love it.
Okay, I'm so relieved because I was really anxious about it. And then we also ordered some envelopes. We ended up taking these off of Amazon because we went like in person to Staples and a few different places, and they just kind of had like the plain white envelopes. I thought these were a bit nicer. I think it was like $17.95 plus tax.
Yeah, for 100.
For 100, and they're kind of like supposed to be like a brown.
Yeah, like a rustic look, I would say.
Which is what we're going for.
Yeah, so these are by Sweetser and Orange. It says like the brand is.
We can leave the link in the bio.
Yeah, if anyone's curious of brown envelopes. I don't know. And
the reason I really like these ones is because they also come with the sticky tab that can undo. Based on how sticky it is, we might still like need like a little bit of tape or something.
A little bit
like,
of washi.
Yeah, washi tape might be good. But I really liked how they had that, because I think that'll be nice so you don't have to like lick a million envelopes. And yeah, it's the perfect size. I think it was like 1/4 inch added to each dimension, so it should fit perfect. So we're going to get everyone's addresses. We started that, so we're going to get those all, and then I think our plan is to get stamps from Costco, because we noticed they had like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I think it was like, I forget like how much, like 120 something for 80 something dollars maybe.
Yeah, something like that. We're excited. Okay, so it is October 16th. Very random, but we're expecting a call from something. We're hoping it's very exciting.
We don't know.
We'll see if it's true. If not, I'll be sad, because now I feel excited.
Anyway, what happened was Heidi entered a giveaway thing on Instagram, and then we got a message, and I was like, what is this?
Okay.
And here it is.
Okay, should I answer? Hello? Yes, it is. Good, how are you guys? Thank you so much, guys. Oh my gosh, literally, we're so excited. Like, I don't even know what to say. We're just so excited and so, like, did not expect this at all. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thanks, you too, bye. I literally just kept saying, I'm so excited. They're probably like, this girl, I didn't know what to say. I feel like you should have been on the call because...
Why?
Because you're better at talking.
It was your thing. We're gonna be like in touch with them more.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So now you can say what it is. They're like, what was this?
Okay, so this was a giveaway that I entered. I'm so excited. I saw this giveaway because one of the people that we were following that I was really hoping could be a part of our wedding, but I didn't know if it would fit in our budget because we're like on a budget for a wedding. And then they were doing a giveaway. So the person that we were following originally is like a live painter. So that's something that is like, it's a thing where people have like live painters and they paint like a moment in the wedding, like live, and then people can come and like interact and watch and stuff. Super, super, super cool. And so I've been following this painter and stuff, and she does such a good job, and she's from Canada, which was so cool.
Yeah.
And then with the giveaway also, you get like a planner and like coordinator for the actual wedding day.
And her stuff looks awesome. Like, long story short, I was looking today.
Yeah, Brandon looked today.
We got a message and I was like, is this like what, like it said, hey Heidi, like would love to chat to share some special news, like a surprise. And I was like, what is this? And then I looked and then I saw the contest and then I saw that Heidi entered and I was like, oh my gosh, like I think that we like won this contest. And then I looked at what it was and I was like, this is insane. Like a live painter, which is like your dream. Yeah. Like, and then all the work that she does, like the planning and coordinating is just like amazing.
Well, it'll be so helpful because like it's just another person to back like ideas off of, and someone who like knows what they're doing, which we don't know what we're doing, so that'll be nice to like help. I was just like overwhelmed, so I was excited, so I should have put it on speaker, which I didn't, but that's okay. And I wanted Brandon to be on the call too, but then he's like, no, you
well, because I didn't really know
like,
what it was going to be. I didn't know what to expect. It was just a really quick call, like, and we'll be like contacted with them or like in contact with them more like in a lot, which is nice, and you'll get to follow along with this whole process.
I can't believe it. This is literally a dream come true, and I've never won anything like this before.
Wow. That's gonna be cool. We'll leave their account linked so you can see some of the awesome work that they do, which is so cool.
And I have to tell you one more thing.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had to tell you this, but I didn't know how to tell you without telling you.
Okay.
That I got my wedding dress.
What? When?
I've had it this whole time.
What?
I had it. Remember the time where I went to I told you I went by myself to the wedding place that was like the resale, like not sale, resale.
I kind of forgot.
The kind of clearance thing when you're away.
Okay.
Remember I like told you, but I didn't really tell you.
Okay.
I like went, I said, I'm gonna go like look at dresses. And then like I said, then you said, did you see anything? And I was like, no. Yeah. I only tried on one dress and it was that one. And I called my mom and we were FaceTiming about it. And it was really special. So the dress is literally in the closet. In this closet here? Is it this thing that keeps on poking out here? Are you excited? That's special. What a fun day. So now you know. No, I know. And I don't know what vlog this is in, but things are just, I think, like really starting to kind of ramp up, which is so fun and so exciting. And I love it. So there goes the oven. Yeah. I love you so much. This is so fun. This is so exciting. So it is January 5th. We don't know what this video is including, so we're just filming and taking it as we go. But Happy New Year to the wedding vlog. To the wedding vlog. We are currently going to Starbucks. We are gonna go sit in Starbucks and plan stuff for the wedding. Because now, to be honest, we're in January and the wedding is what, 6 months away? So I feel like that is like a real 5. Oh my gosh, what? Is a really good time frame where there's lots like that's kind of happening more. Yeah. We have a meeting in 2 weekends with our wedding coordinator at our venue, which will be good. So that'll be like, I think, a really substantial thing that we'll take you all like along with. But this like essential little Starbucks session. Why is it essential? Well, is because we have to prepare stuff for this meeting and do some bridal party things today. Those are like our 2 main focuses. So basically we'll take you guys like along. It'll be like mostly B-roll and then we'll kind of talk about it after, maybe like before the meeting. But we're excited because I feel like a lot of stuff now feels very real. Yeah. And it's kind of like, I feel like at this point it was like, oh yeah, we have this and this. And then now there's actually stuff to do. It's like, oh yeah, we have stuff to do. So we have to, I think today, pick the bridal dress colors and kind of style. We're gonna look into like the tuxedo rental stuff, I think, and then kind of like look through the document that our wedding coordinator sent us of like all of the menu, the decor,
all of that stuff. So we're gonna kind of look through that and go through whatever she needs us to do, and that'll kind of be today. So we thought, what better way than to do it with a coffee somewhere on a Sunday. So let's head inside. Heidi's chilly and tired. She had morning yoga, so
I had morning hot
she's
yoga,
feeling
and now
cozy
I'm
and,
just
and sleepy. So
I need a coffee.
We got some donuts from Monster Donuts, and now we're gonna head inside and get a coffee. Hello, it is Sunday, January 19th, and we are here at our wedding venue because today is our first check-in meeting appointment with the on-site wedding coordinator for our venue, and we have lots that we have to go over with her. We were sent a document, which we filled out, and we did all these kinds of things, but today's the meeting to actually go over that document and ask any questions and chat about all the things in this first round of stuff.
Yeah, she said that the meeting would be over an hour, I think, so it's gonna be pretty in-depth. We're both really excited because I think this is the meeting that will get some clarity on exactly what is included in our venue, kind of decor stuff, finalize kind of those kind of things, and then that will give us a good sense of okay, what else do we still have to do and where are we kind of missing out on things.
Yeah, and it feels very real because I feel honestly when I look back at when we picked this venue, it was in 2023 at the end of the year,
it was years
which
ago.
is wild. And now it's we're in 2025 and the wedding's this year, and I feel this meeting is we haven't been to this venue
in a while,
in a long time, actually, to go inside and just kind of see it. So I'm excited to go in there and just be in that space, and talk all things about it, because I feel so far, not to be whatever, but I think that we have a good plan of stuff, and I like the way that this is going.
Yeah, I think that I don't know, some days we're a bit more oh, there's a lot to do, but then at the end of the day we kind of just make a plan and take it step by step, and so it hasn't been too overwhelming, I'd say.
No, Sarah said to me that we seem very chill.
Yeah.
And I said we do, which worries me a little, that there's going to be a point where it's going to be a lot, which I know that it will be.
I think there will be a point where it's
but I also feel for right now, I think we're just excited and we're happy with how things are going.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, both of us are pretty easygoing. At the end of the day, I'm just care more about having fun, being there with you, celebrating us, and obviously things will happen on the day that maybe aren't expected, but at the end of the day, all those little things don't matter. So
yeah. So we're gonna show you as much as we can. Again, we're not bringing this camera in and
being
holding it with our wedding coordinator and saying,
here
it is. But we will try to film a little on the phone, little clips of stuff. But we're gonna do a whole recap after of what they said,
happened,
and we'll go over all the stuff. So we're excited. Let's head inside to the venue. We got our coffees, which was the way that we started our day. So cheers
Starbucks.
to all of you. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Let's head inside the venue and have a great first meeting.
So she'll just go over the rules before you guys come in.
Yeah.
And then intros, and then I'll just put slideshow in brackets there. And then when you guys come in the room, anything that you want to have happen before the meal starts. So any first dance, grace, toast, prayer, anything like that.
Oh yeah. Before the meal.
I think we should do the dance before, our first dance before.
Oh yeah.
Well, because I feel I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It's kind of 50-50. Some people like to do it before they eat, first of all, and then what else do they say? It's kind of all your attention's on you.
That's
when
what I
when
think
you come
is.
in the room, it's it is a carry on at that moment.
Oh yeah, that's
later on.
nice.
Some people just like the ambiance of it better, but
yeah.
I just think all the attention's there, and then it's we walk in
And
right
there's
away.
and there's also the cocktail hour, so there'll be hors d'oeuvres and stuff down there, right? So then it's not people are gonna be starving.
yeah. And this would have the side plate on top of it, and then if you have menu and name cards, it would go on top of that.
Yeah.
Hanging would be off the table like this. Same thing, the side plate would hold it down. We can do a pocket fold if you wanted to put the menu inside the pocket. You said no favors, right?
Just the cookies.
Oh, the cookies, right. So then that would be like that. So you could put the menu with the name there and then the cookie on top.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Something like that. Or the other one we do is a knot one, which is more kind of hangs off the charter too.
That's nice too. just had the meeting. It was so good. Like,
it was really good. We're both like, I think riding just
a
like
wave.
the high wave of like, the vibes are so high.
Yeah.
And we're just so, like, Jenna was so amazing.
Yes.
And it was so good talking with her. And we'll do, like, a whole recap at home.
Yeah.
But we tried to film as much as we could in there and showing, like, a lot of the stuff. But it was so in-depth, so informative. It made us feel, like, really good. And I feel like now we have a lot of things that we need to move forward. Like, we did a timeline, like, all these things.
We're gonna go, we'll talk about it when we go home. But, like, it really clarified, like, what is done. And a lot of things are, like, done already. Yeah. Which we're like, yes.
Well done.
Yeah, and then what else we'll need to do, which we'll talk about what else we need to do when we get home, but we just wanted to film this little update because we're like just so happy.
Yeah, good job. Yay. Wow.
I'm so happy. So we are back home now from the meeting. We're all settled and we're just gonna kind of go over what we talked about at the meeting, kind of how things went, and yeah, overall we were like really happy with it, so we're so excited.
Yeah, it was a 2-hour-ish meeting.
Yeah.
I think originally it was an hour and a half, so like kind of not that big of a difference, but we went over a lot of stuff. Obviously we're not gonna like share every single detail, but way too much. We kind of broke it up though into like just little categories, and we'll share like the big things. But I feel like this like lays a lot of foundation too for a lot of more videos and things in future wedding videos, which will be cool because I feel like there's like a lot more now to do that we can kind of like tangibly see what we have to do.
Yes.
Like, you know, so we'll kind of get into that. But the first big thing that we kind of went over was a document that we had to sign and fill out for her already of all of the stuff for the day and like all of our vendors and random different things like that. But she took us through the schedule of the day and what that would look like, which honestly was so helpful because I feel like you have an idea in your head but don't actually like think of all of the details, and like being in the space, knowing where you'll be and kind of what it's going to look like, I think was really helpful, and taking us through like step by step of what our whole day will look like, I think was really nice.
Yeah, and also it was nice to sort of bounce back like ideas because as someone who she has done this job for some time now and has like experience, then it's like we can kind of say, oh, we thought, you know, that this would take this long, and she'd be like, yeah, like I agree, or, you know, I've seen it done this way, and then we kind of went back and forth, which I really appreciated because I think like coming in, you kind of have an idea, but it's better to hear from someone who actually has experience and like has seen stuff work and stuff not work, which was really nice. And so yeah, like Brandon said, we got the whole schedule for the day from start to beginning, and of course we can still like change it moving up if like we come up with, you know, different things that we want to add or change, but I'm pretty happy with like where we're at right now. Yeah, and essentially all the big things were like the times that we get there and kind of like the time that the guests get there when the ceremony starts, and then everything with the ceremony, and then like for cocktail the evening, cocktail hour, dinner, speeches, dances, when the party dancing begins, when the bar opens, like literally every detail she went over, and we like loosely but also kind of planned, set in stone what those are, so that's really cool and it's exciting. And the next thing that we also discussed was kind of the details of the floor plan. So at our wedding, we are having the ceremony and the reception at the same place, and so the way that it kind of works for us is that we do the ceremony upstairs, go downstairs for like cocktail hour, and then the ceremony upstairs area gets like transformed for the reception, which is kind of nice because it's like all in the same place. People don't have to travel. We just thought it was like our place offered that and it was just easier for us, so that's the way that we did it. And so with that, we also have to figure out, of course, like where people are sitting, how that looks like, and so that was really nice to get some clarity on like how many people can sit at a table, different way that it's set up. And then 2 weeks before, we have to have our floor plan set, and then it can kind of change moving up to it. Like if we, you know, last minute, if someone can't come or there's like a emergency or something, we can still change it, but it was nice to get some clarity on that as we plan that going forward. And then we were able to also, with like the floor plan, we upgraded one of the things in terms of like decor to like these like wooden harvest tables for the head tables for us and our wedding party to sit up at the front with, so that I think will look nice with like big wooden tables with like the decor on the top. I think will be really cool. So it was nice to see like in our heads, like she took us upstairs and was like, this is where this will be, this is where this will be, that's where the DJ is, this is where, once it's all transformed, where all the stuff will be. I thought was really nice and it was really helpful. So it was kind of cool to see that all like in person. Another exciting thing that we talked about was also the menu, and so our location actually includes like a lot of things, which I think is why this meeting took so long, is because everything that we talked about is like stuff that our location is like already included in our package. And then you can, like Brandon said, with the tables you can make like upgrades for certain things, so the menu and food and catering is all like included, and so We went through every single like item from the hors d'oeuvres to then the appetizers to then the entrees and kind of picked, and we have our day for when we're actually going to try the food, which is exciting. So that's coming up kind of soon, actually.
End of February. It's like a month-ish away.
Yeah, so we picked like a few different options with regards to like the sauces. So that'll be like the main thing that we're trying, and then same thing as desserts.
Yes, and that'll be a whole like little portion of another wedding video going to that meeting and trying the food. But I feel like I'm excited of the stuff that we picked, and I feel like the sauce options and the dessert options, I feel like either one will be good.
Yeah, I think
and I'm excited to see. But essentially, like like you said, all that's included, and it's nice because it's just there, it's easy, and they kind of like ran through what that's going to look like when all the stuff is like being served, which was nice, and then planning other stuff in between accordingly, which was really
like
nice.
Speeches and dances and how that will all fit in, which is also nice because again, it's like all these things that you need to do, and again, we have the idea, but to actually go back and forth and like figure out who's going to be speaking at what time, it makes it feel like it's actually coming to life, whereas before it was kind of like, oh, it's like it'll happen, but like who knows how. And
it's also nice, I was going to say this here now too, is that there's a maitre d' there who like is on the day for the venue, deals with all of the stuff like timing and all those things, and make sure everything runs smooth.
The timing is a big thing that they're like on it, and they so like what we're discussing now is what she's gonna be, or she or he's gonna be like doing for that day. And
then we also have like our own wedding coordinator for the day doing like decor and other things, but it's nice to have like two go-to people on the day, which will be great.
So the next thing that our wedding venue also includes, which I feel like is a pretty cool thing, is the cake. Cool. Yeah. And so how it works is they have a few different like flavor options, and with that, like the flavor of the actual cake and the icing as well that you can choose from. And you can just show the picture that you want of the cake, and there's certain upgrades that you can do, like if you want like fondant or like to have the cake like a certain way, like stacked stuff. You can pay upgrades, but we had, well, it was more my vision really, but
well, what I was gonna say, because this is funny, is that there were a couple moments in the meeting where she'd ask a question and Heidi would go, I don't think I told you this, but I have an idea, and would share the idea, and we were just laughing. Me and the on-site like girl were laughing about it.
Because then she agreed. She's like, sometimes sometimes in my head I think that I had the conversation, but really it was just with myself. And so there's moments like that where I was like, oh, I think I told you this, and you're like, no,
and I was like, okay, it's perfect.
So so the cake was one of those things, which I did tell you about the cake though before.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. The cake was not one of the things.
So the cake design that we're going for is actually a pretty basic cake, and the way that they are doing it at our site is like you get 3 separate cakes, and you can pay to stack them. But we just want like the main cake as like a kind of basic design. But I really liked it, and I actually got this inspiration from my friend Isabella, who I like loved her wedding cake. It was literally like the inspo. So I'll put a picture of like the cake inspo here, where it's like says just married in like dark writing like black, and then it's a white kind of cake with like little frilly designs around it. So I really like that. And then I said like the heart, I showed her the picture of the heart shape, and then she said like, oh, do you want like a heart shape? And I was like, is it extra? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay.
And so why that I was laughing about that too was because at the beginning of the meeting, which we're kind of jumping all over, but it's just because this is just us. But we're like hopping around and talking about stuff that we're going to be bringing, which will be our next thing that we'll talk about. But we said that we're going to bring Polaroid cameras because that's what it says on the list. But
in my head, I thought
we knew what we meant.
Well, and in my head, like Polaroid and film was like the same to me.
So she thought we were gonna like buy a bunch of Polaroid cameras,
instant cameras.
So then I was joking that when Heidi asked if the heart shape is extra, it was like a joke of that.
Yeah. Well, we were because at that time I said like, oh yeah, we're gonna do like multiple Polaroids on each table, and she was like, oh okay, and I was like,
she said, good for you guys.
Yeah, and then I'm like thinking, and then I was like, oh no, like I meant like later I said, oh, I know we said Polaroid, but I meant like we're doing film and we're gonna do Polaroid as well. And she's like, okay, I thought that was like a lot, but then when you said like we're just going for it, I was like, you know, maybe that's what you like. So it was like a funny callback.
Yeah, but I'm happy with the cake. I think that it's a good choice that you picked it like that.
And the cake will actually be kind of like out the whole time for people to admire and stuff, and then we're gonna have like a cake cutting, and then they're gonna cut the other pieces and actually serve it to the guests, which is fun.
Which is fun. So then kind of building off that, which I said is the stuff that we have to bring. So there was a checklist of stuff that we have or that we want to bring on our own, and it was stuff, for example, that like they do have some stuff there, but if you want to bring your own, like a card box, for example, or like a knife and a server for cake and different things. So some of that stuff we have on our own, other stuff we're using theirs, but then it was a lot of stuff like pictures and picture frames, and if you have any like additional decor
special
items,
things that you're bringing.
special stuff, like for us, we're gonna bring like a pin board and have like wedding Disney pins and like any other stuff like that that you like need to let them know, because then like she's gonna make a whole list of all those things, and then like stuff for like the dance floor, anything the whole day that you're gonna bring, and then any like additional food that you want to bring. That was all within that section. So there was like quite a bit of stuff that we checked off that we're gonna have on our own, which was nice.
And then kind of going off of that, so all the things that we are not bringing that they already had, we also got to look at. And so that was kind of in this video earlier.
Yeah, she had everything laid out nice. It was in like the cocktail lounge space.
Yeah.
And it was nice. Like we did the meeting there and then like went over and everything was there. It was like really nicely set up.
And all the things that were like included in that price. So everything that you saw there, you could potentially use. So like, for example, the candle holders, like all those, there was like a few different options, which was nice to be able to actually like see. And then she actually had like a table set up with the plate, and then was showing us like the different ways that you could fold the napkin and like how it would sort of look in different ways, which I really appreciated. And then she like pulled the glass, like the
we picked stuff and she added it to the space so you would see like this numbers, is kind of what it would look
table
like.
Numbers,
which was nice.
I thought that was really like a really nice touch, because then you could actually see it come to life, and it made me feel like a lot better, because like again seeing it, you're like, okay, this is how it's gonna look, like it's literally right here. And it's fun because we're doing multiple colors.
Which we like. So earlier in this video we talked about like our like bridal party, wedding party kind of like color palette.
I don't think we actually talked about it, we just showed it.
I guess. But the same color palette is for the napkins like that we're going with, like the table settings, which is cool.
It'll be the pink color, so that was really fun.
And they also have stuff like signs and different things that you saw. So like there's like a mirror that says welcome to our wedding, and like you kind of picked one of the little entrance things and then one of the seating chart things, which were like the little clip things. So we picked like the mirror one and stuff like that, which was cool. So like it was nice to see all those as well. But I just like thought that it was really nice having all that stuff included.
And at any point, like if you didn't want any of that stuff, you could just say no and bring your own stuff. Like it's not like mandatory, but it was nice to have that option, and made it a lot easier, because it's like all these things that would add up that you don't have to worry about. You just show up and they're set up day of. And
then, as I kind of mentioned earlier, we got to see the place once again. And after all of this stuff that we picked, like the decor and like the linens and the menu, and did that whole meeting, we got to go upstairs, and she kind of gave us like a rundown essentially of like what will kind of happen leading up to like the end of the night. So she said like there'll be like the groomsmen kind of greeting people, and then as you walk up the stairs there's like the welcome to the wedding thing, and then as you come in there's like here's like the receiving tables and like a little like entrance and stuff, and like she went through all the stuff, which was nice to see. And then we actually got to see it like set up with the chairs and that little like arch thing, which I forget what it's even called, up
the
at the
arbor,
front.
they call it
the arbor. And then she kind of went over like, okay, then it'll be like the ceremony, you'll walk up here, and then once that's done we tear it down and put up the tables, and like the DJ's there, and like it was just nice to see. And honestly, I love the space so much, and like being up there, like seeing the water through the window on the balcony, and like Toronto's way in the distance, but like you can see everything. I just think it's so cool and so special, and I really liked that. And one thing I forgot to mention of like the menu was we got to talk about like the bar and stuff. And we decided that we're gonna do like a special signature drink, which we wanted to do but didn't really know like the details. So stay tuned for that. Like once we share, we're gonna make a little sign for it.
We're really excited.
We're really excited about that, and it was cool because that's also included with our price that we pay, which was really nice.
So after this meeting, there is a couple more meetings that we have with them, and we picked those dates today at like this meeting, which was really nice because I feel like it gives you like, you know what you have to do now, and you know like when it is, and it's not like, oh, we'll reach out in 2 months and we'll figure out then. It's nice to be able to actually put it in the calendar. So like we mentioned earlier, we have our taste testing, which will be fun. I feel like that will be exciting because we just get to like eat a bunch of food.
It'll be fun. And that's at the end of February. And then the other meeting that we booked was the maitre d' meeting, and you could book a rehearsal dinner, but the problem with that was for us, because people are traveling for this wedding, the rehearsal dinner would have been Wednesday, which our wedding's on a Sunday.
So we felt like, not like, we didn't want people just to come like for
like
that.
A while.
So we said we'll just do it elsewhere. Like it's not really that big of a deal to us, and we're still gonna have our is it called maitre d'? Like,
maitre d',
That's
which
such
I don't
an interesting word.
It's like fancy.
It's fancy.
It's like to me finding out that a DJ is a disc jockey. It's like there's all these terms that I just don't know.
So we have that meeting, and we're still gonna do it like on site. So then we'll just like be able to like film that day and like figure it out, and then we can just send it to people, and we'll still probably have a rehearsal dinner more closer to, and it will be more of like a casual thing somewhere else. So we're not really worried about it.
Like, I think it's gonna be nice at that meeting to like go over like this is the actual timeline, and then also here's like you'll walk in here where you'll stand. Like, I think it's gonna be nice to still be able to do that just us and then share it with everybody.
Yeah.
I think it'll be cool, but I'm excited for that. So like, it's cool to have like both of those set in stone, and then obviously like a lot of this stuff now we can slowly like start to work on, like make our menus and our seating charts, and like I just think like obviously getting like invitations ready. So there's a lot of stuff to come in terms of wedding content, and I think this meeting like just made me so even more like amped and excited. I feel like I was already excited, obviously, and I think that we both were. And going into this, it was like I'm excited to see what this meeting entails. But it really, I think, like boosted me up to like 1 million. Like I'm so excited.
I think that it just like I thought that it could either go one of two ways. One way with that like we'd be left feeling good, or the other way where we were like, oh, like you're a bit stressed. There's a lot, but like I didn't feel 1 ounce of stress.
She was excellent. Made us feel so good, and it was just lovely. Yeah,
and now we have like I feel like a very clear trajectory, and like we can feel confident going forward. So really happy with it. So that will do it for this video of our wedding series. We hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of all over the place, but that's what our wedding series will be. It's just kind of like moments that we're putting together, and more so to like look back on and reflect at the journey. So hopefully you're enjoying it nevertheless. Let us know down below in the comments if you are enjoying it, or if you're excited about the wedding videos to come.
Yes, and I feel like in the future there'll be lots of fun ones, because there's a lot of cool stuff as well to do. Obviously Heidi just did like her dress shopping video, but I feel like there'll be so many things leading up to it, and we just cannot wait. So if you enjoyed this one, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe to our channel for lots of wedding content and Disney content just like this, and ring the bell so you never miss any new videos from us.
And remember, it's always sunny.